Thousands of people across the country rallied today protesting President Trump and Elon Musk, who heads the Department of Government Efficiency. The movement is called Hands Off. Organizers say they're fighting back against government cuts, economic policies, and what they call human rights violations. And while millions marched nationwide, thousands turned out here in Sacramento. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has more from the state capitol.
Today's protest was not a sit-in, but people are doing just that here on the front lawn of the state capitol. Organizers liken today's event to a picnic, a big gathering of sorts for people who share one thing in common, that they don't like the direction the country is headed.
Part picnic, part resource fair, part concert. This was Sacramento's protest Saturday to
reverse and reclaim. So it's to reverse the damage that has been done to our government and reclaim our democracy.
Coordinators say the damage goes back to before the Trump administration.
It does not end with him.
But with Trump's tariff sending stocks tumbling Friday and federal funding cuts at the local level, for many, damage feels fresh.
What's really this week is the fact that libraries and museums getting their grants cut. I work in the art industry, and they're targeting all the things that are cultural.
It was so heartbreaking, especially knowing what he did in his first term, and that not he learned, but that the people that support him learned how to work around our laws.
And when it comes to laws, the protesters mostly obeyed them, blocking only 10th Street for 3 hours and deciding not to march.
Well, I know that it probably will not do anything for those that are currently in charge, but hopefully it will inspire others to stand up and raise their voices.
Either standing up or sitting down, organizers hoping the picnic protest did more than send a message to D.C.
Just that in itself helped community because it helps people not feel isolated with what they believe. It helps people see the power and see each other and know they have support and that they're not alone.
At the state capitol, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Gabriel, thank you. Organizers say that they are planning similar protests later in April. And all of this comes as President Trump's 10% global tariffs went into effect overnight, hitting nearly every country and most imported goods with new fees. That 10% tariff will even apply to countries that President Trump had already targeted for higher rates under his reciprocal tariff plan. Those steeper tariffs won't kick in until April 9th, but until then, the White House says those nations are still looking at the 10% rate. China hitting back with their own 34% tariff on all U.S. imports. And this coming after stocks plunged Friday. The S&P 500 losing $5 trillion in just 2 days, the worst on Wall Street since the pandemic. Stocks for all but 14 of the 500 companies within the S&P 500 index fell. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had this to say about the tanking global markets.
I don't think it's fair to say economies are crashing. Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States.
Most economists warning Americans to brace for higher prices on everything from furniture to cars to alcohol. Governor Gavin Newsom wants California products exempt from any retaliatory tariffs aimed at the U.S. He says the tariffs target the Trump administration but hurt local workers and supply chains. Newsom is also looking to build new trade relationships with global partners to protect the state's economy.
Donald Trump's tariffs do not represent all Americans, particularly those that I represent here in the fifth largest economy in the world, the state of California. We value international trade. We value our manufacturing base, the largest manufacturing economy in the United States of America. We look forward to continuing to strengthen those ties, strengthen those bonds. I'll remind all our international trading partners, California is a stable trading partner, and we hope you consider that as it relates to California-made products.
To learn more about the tariffs and how to navigate your personal finances, just check out the various resources that we have for you on our ABC 10 Plus TV app.